Welcome to Yeshiva Daf. Shir sponsor Nishma Sam Yaakov Shalom Lava Sitzchok. We're holding in Metzia Daf and base, and we are in Daf and base with Daf on top. But I just want to mention two things regarding the Daf yesterday, which I think did not come out clear. I did get a complaint that wasn't so clear, so wanted really to come and point it out. Two things, two small nakudas. Number one is the story that we mentioned on with base in previous Daf, regarding the fact that a person is giving a goy, is doing it on the behalf of the goy, or the goy is doing it on behalf of a Jew. Just to explain the story a little better, right? The story that was there was someone, I'm just going to read the words of the Gemara. Yisrael shalav amoyes ben anochi. You have Yisrael, he's the borrower, and he took money from a goy. Beribis, I mean, he needs to pay interest. Ubikesh lachzir loy, and he wants to return it to the goy. Now we're talking about what's going on. So the way, just the big things, that's why it wasn't so clear. He's taking the money, he's paying interest, like we pay interest, call it what's called today IO, interest only. Meaning he's holding onto the money and he's giving for every month that he's holding the money, he gives the lender something. So he's holding the money and he's paying every month. He took $100 and he's paying, $12 a year. Every month he's paying $1 for holding on to this $100. Not just pay to the guy. So Yisrael came now a Jew. Timely, give me the money. That money that you're doing, that deal with the guy, give it to me. I will pay you, the Jew, when you pay the guy. You ain't have to pay the guy because you're the borrower to the guy, and you have to pay him every month $1. I'll give you the $1. That's what he said. So Gemara says, even though really the guy is getting at the end of the day, but right now the transaction between two Jews. One Jew is giving the other Jew $100, and the other Jew is going back to him $1 per month. So yeah, he's going back to the guy, and that day he's there. So unless the Jew was really next to the guy and said, I'm doing it on behalf of the guy, you're not allowed to do it. That was the Amud. That was what we spoke about yesterday. So that is Nakuda number one. Nakuda number two, just to mention, is that we ended the daf, and it said, the Gemara said, one way, how does that work with the guy? The Gemara said the way it works is because the guy has a schia. And the Gemara mentioned, he has schia midirabanan. So first you're bothered to say, yeah, but we were talking about a ribis. Ribis deraisa. So what does it help to say that the schia is only derabanan? That's what all the Rishonim ask. So there's different answers. The Ramban says this is not a ribis deraisa because he's doing mekach u'memkar. It's a ribis derabanan. For ribis derabanan, so then a schia midirabanan works. And some learn the schia is not midirabanan. Maybe the schia is even deraisa, and then it goes into what we spoke, where the Gemara ended, speaking by the katan. So there's just 2 hours that we were going to learn yesterday. It says the word now, I'm based on the third line. Yisrael shalava mois min anochi beribis. So a Jew borrows money from a goy, and he does it beribis, meaning he is paying interest for it. And then the goy, zakvalam, what does zakvalam mean? Simple understanding is he made it into a new loan. So how does it work? The guy borrowed $100. He needs to pay back $120. So the guy went to his court and he put in the court, you owe me $120. Like he created a new loan of not a new loan, a new document, a new chiyuv. A year ago he had $100. Now he comes to me, puts it on a new thing. Now you owe me $120. It's like a statement covered in the bank. Finney's guy here. And then the guy became a yid. The guy became a yid. If he created this loan before he became a ger, so he could take the principal and the ribis. Because this loan already existed before he became a Jew. But if there was a loan, there was $100, $20 is interest. And now he becomes a yid. And now he says, okay, this $120, I wanted you to pay me the full thing. So it's still under that realm. The loan is 100 and the 20 is out interest. You don't pay interest, even though it started as a guy, now there's a Jew, you don't pay interest. Similarly, something going the opposite. The guy is a borrower. And then the Yisrael made it a milveh, he made a new loan say, okay, the $100 I gave you, you owe me now 120, a new statement. For this guy, and then the guy became a Jew. Actually, this guy is before he became a Jew. He already has Kifus Milvi, already has that loan. So then he pays him. You have to pay. You pay the whole thing. But once he became a ger, it was still a loan on its own, an interest on its own. He takes for the person the keren and not the ribs. Now the Gemara brings out another shita. If a guy borrowed from Yisrael beribis, he takes the principal and the ribis to Yisrael. Why? Because what happens is this guy has a big loan. He has $1 million loan. He owes, it's a high interest loan. He owes $200,000. If he's become a Jew, he's going to pay only $1 million. He's not going to have to pay the interest. They're going to say that's the reason he became a Jew. So that's why you say by him you pay also the interest, and as the first you understand, because this is really considered to be only their abanon, and it's not considered to be a milva deraiso, and therefore it works this way. Now, one interesting point to just mention, and we're going to speak about it more in the Shor Machshav and Daf. You see over here that a goy carries his previous payments, right? He had a loan. Once he became a guarantor, still the loan exists. He was the lender. People still owe money. He's the borrower. He still owes the money. Why? Here's a new thing. So you see, for me, you don't say the Geshes guy completely. There's a Tosis Sanhedrin, which the Beis Yaakov, the Jews Yaakov brings, that it's only Dini Odom, not only Dini Shai, not Dini Odom. And there's a Chavas Yair in this. Very interesting. How do you treat a ger? Is a ger going to be a new person, or he still carries things from the past? Says the Gemara, Tonu Rabban, Shtar shekasuv boy ribis. There is a shtar with ribis from a yid to a yid. Koitzi moiso ve'inu goy v'lo yisa keren v'lo yisa ribis. The Rameir holds he does not get anything, not the keren and not the ribis. The Taisus here, a very long Taisus you have here on the left, discusses one thing. Can he use this? Do you say the shtar is not a good shtar? Because the shtar says in the ribis. So according to Rameir, you can use the shtar not for ribis, not for keren. But it is a milva b'apeh. It is you hold the money, that's a milva b'apeh. Or the pshat is that you cannot extract the money at all. The money is gone. So says the Gemara, so shtar because of is crazy voice of go below sakeren below service. Divrei Rameir. The choyim go below sakeren ve'eno go below service. Choyim say he takes the principle, he does work the shtar but not the ribis. What's the machlekes? Rameir sova katzinin eteir mishum misuro. Rameir says that your koines heter the principle because of the ribis. And one say not koines. That's what the Gemara brings. Now Tosis here has another problem. Tosis says, how can you use the shtar? Why aren't the Eidim Rishayim? The Eidim signed on the shtar that has a ribis. So how can you rely on the shtar? So Tosis comes with different answers. Either there were a new sim, they forced them to sign it, or they didn't know. They thought it's okay. They thought you're allowed to do it. So if you have a shtar choiv, and you have an early date, the date instead of being today, on Aleph Iyar, he has the date of Aleph Nisan. The Mukdam is possible. Am I psulim? So I said, well, why is it psulim completely? You don't want to use it for the original time. Why can't you use it and try to do a new date? In other words, the lender will not be able to use it for the first time because that's wrong, but use it from the correct date. Really, it's a machlekes, and this has to do with our machlekes here. Do you koines have the mishuvisser? So you're right, there is a loan over here, and the loan had an earlier date, a later date, but because it did an early date, the shtar is completely gone. Rabbanan will agree to that. You know what the problem is? The problem is maybe the lender will use the first date and the borrower will not know to say, oh, prove to me that the date is the right date. So, person gave a mashkin to his friend. Meaning, Reuben lent money to Shimon. Bring back to our classic case. Reuben lent money to Shimon. Shimon gives a mashkin to Reuben. There's a collateral, his field. For 3 years, Reuben is eating the field. It's a mashkin. Because it's a loan, it's a mashkin. So goes Reuben to Shimon and says, Shimon, I love your field. Sell it to me. He says, I don't want to sell it. I'm going to pay back my loan and take that collateral back. So listen to me very carefully. If you don't sell it to me, if you sell it to me, good. If not, I will hide the mashkin. And I'll say that I bought it. We know the rules. We're going to learn Masechet Bava Beis Hashem. If a person holds on to a field for 3 years and he says it's mine, he doesn't have to bring. We assume we say the shtar got lost. So here the lender tells the borrower, listen, either you sell me the field, or I'm going to say that I bought it. I'm already holding on for 3 years. Also, so came the borrower, and he outsmarted the lender. What did he do? He gave the field as a gift to his child. And then he went and he sold it to Reuben. And after a while, he came back. He said to Reuben, give me back my field. He says, what do you mean? You sold it to me. So when did I sell it to you? What do you mean? I have a shtar. You sold to me on Tammuz. I have a shtar that in Sivan I gave it to a gift to my son. So I could sell it to you. So that's the outsmarted the lender. So Zvini Vadai Lo Av Zvini. For sure that the Mechira is not a Mechira because the outsmarting worked. The question is, you have your shtar, the shtar mechir, the sale. The sale says that Shimon sold Reuben the field. And if he doesn't pay back, and if you find out there's an issue with the field, Shimon will pay Reuben back the cost of the field. The shaila is this shtar a good enough shtar to use that to take the money out from any person who bought in between. So meaning, he wrote a shtar in Tammuz, Shimon sells to Reuben his field. 2 months later, he takes it away. Shimon goes back to Reuben, takes it away. So Reuben says, okay, I need my money back. He says, I'm sorry, I had a field, but I sold it in Av. Who you sold it to? I sold it to Levi. So Reuben will go to Levi and say, give me back the field because I come first. I have a shtar mechira. Do we say that? Is it kibli chazim shubadim? Or do we kibli va'apeda v'enik or chazim shubadim? Is this shtar a good shtar? The Gemara doesn't explain what's the tzad for that. Omar Abaye v'la Ravasi. Isn't that Ravasi? Omar Ravasi. And if I'm based on base, moide b'shtar shekaso etzach l'kayim or v'goy v'mechazim shubadim. If I have a person, if I have a borrower that says, you don't have to bring any, I don't have to come and prove that this shtar is a good shtar. I admit that this shtar is a good shtar. So then the shtar is a good shtar and they use it to go to Chazim Shubadim. I don't have to prove more than that. So here as well, I have a good shtar. The borrower admits that he sold the field that he wrote it. So it's a good shtar. Big difference. There, it's a legitimate shtar. Here, this shtar was a whole game. It really shouldn't be written. Toys points out over there, we know clearly there wasn't, we could explain different examples of Shas, we find such a thing. It says, here, the borrower who sold the field, he did not want to sell the field. It was a complete lie. When he wrote the shtar was all a fabrication. He just made everything up. Nothing happened with it. So therefore, it says, we say maybe the shtar is not a good shtar. So Mary was learning this. We spoke about the shtar that has the wrong date. So we say you can't use it because maybe it's going to come the shtar rishon. Why didn't you say stronger? Say it's not a shtar. Because the shtar was wrong. How can you compare it? There, it was really a loan. There was really a loan. It was really a sale. The shtar is a good shtar. Just has the wrong date. Here is just a complete made-up story. So then we're like, what about the price that says l'shvach kakoyas ketzat? So we learned this. We learned it earlier in this Masechta. We learned Maseches Gittin. That what does shvach kakoyas mean? Shvach kakoyas you don't take from the chosim shubot. You don't take it from the buyers. You take it only from the seller. So let's go with the names again. Shimon stole a field of Reuven, and he sold it to Levi. And Levi now benefited. Now comes Reuven and says, "What's like? This is my field." It takes away from Levi. So Levi goes back to Shimon and says, "Shimon, what did you do? You sold me a field which is not in your field." The principal, what he paid for it, that he takes from the Chosv all the fields that Shimon had in the time of the transaction, even though he sold it. But the benefit that the field increased in value, that he doesn't take from the buyers of Shimon, only from Shimon himself. That shtar l'chor is a complete lie. Shimon wrote to Levi, this sod is yours. It's not his. It's a lie. Title will never cover it. This field belongs to Reuven. Shimon can't sell it. Says again, this is a difference. So this, we add this in the earlier. What's the reason that we say that the thief, the shtar is a good shtar? Because he wants to try to do good by Levi. Shimon sold to Levi. He's trying to keep the fact that Levi will, trust him, continue trusting him. Or he doesn't want Shimon to start calling him a gazla. So therefore he goes and we assume he's going to go to Reuven and try to take care of this and clear title. So that's why it's a good shtar. He really intends to do good by it. So therefore, if I still my raise, he's going to go and appease the owner, and he's going to make the shtar a good shtar. Here he's trying. The whole idea is in this case, the Shimon, the bar, doesn't want Reuven to be able to force him to sell the field. So he's tricking him. So this whole thing is wrong. So here we come to the Katzim again. Brings different examples of it in Shas. When a shtar is not meant to be at all, not meant to be. It's a complete forgery. The made up thing. It was not really meant to be. When it was written right away, it was wrong. That's not a good shtar. There's a tzad in the Gemara. You can use that shtar to be going to Chosv Shabbat. Says the Mishnah. So now we're going into something we mentioned earlier in the Masechta. This gets a little less understood by us because we don't really, in our market, it's a little hard to relate to it. But let's see the Pashem Shat. You cannot decide on a price of fruits until there's the shah. What's the shah? The market rate. There's enough fruits in the market, and there's a fixed rate. Everybody knows this fruits. One pound of apples costs $10. That's the market rate. Once the market, you have a market rate, you could be koine. You could say that I'm going to pay you back with the fruits. Yotza Ashar, once the shah comes out, you could say I'm going to pay you back with fruits. Maybe the fruits or he doesn't have the fruits in his hands. So as we saw earlier, it's already Machlekes of the Rishonim, that the Rashi brought the idea that Shimon, that the borrower can always get the fruit, or the lender can always get the fruits right away. The fruits are available. So Reuven, you're placing, you get money, and the idea is you'll give back fruits. Say, but the fruits right now, maybe the fruits are going to increase in value. Yeah, but now you can get it, and everybody can get it. It's available for everybody. It's readily available. And also, there's not so much of a benefit. So that's why there's considered to be ribis.
He's giving him the money now.
Let's say
the fruit later on.
Yeah, but because he can get the fruit right now, so it's considered to be that he has the fruit.
That's what he calls a forward-looking contract.
Yeah, exactly. So Reuben gives Shimon money, and Shimon needs to give back one measurement of fruits.
All right, he has to be available
at this time. It should be really available. Yotza Shapois. Even though he doesn't have it, somebody else has it. If he is the first one harvesting, so I'm talking about this guy has it. He is the first guy harvesting his field. So then, the list that we have over here, or that we have now, is a list of things that are not finished yet. They're in the process. He's not done yet. But because he has it, it's about to get to there, it's considered to be that it's already there. Pasikimah like Godish, being Godish is the pile of grain, even though it's not yet fully processed. Fa'ala Ovich Shalanovim, talk about like the barrel or the pitcher of the grapes, even though the grapes are not yet pressed to be wine. Fa'ala Ma'otom Shazeisim, we're talking about similar to what we do with the olives to make oil out of it. Fa'ala Beitzim Shel Yoitzer, which is a person who's doing clay pottery. It's a pottery, and he's already has it prepared, but not completely done. Seed is the tar, and he puts it into the fire in order to prepare it. And fertilization, you could get the whole year. That's very, very always easily available. So that's why you can always do it. The only way you can do it is only if the guy owns Zevel. And we'll see in the Gemara why they are. The Choyim Mativ, Choyim allow it. Of course, there's Choyim different than Tanakama. Oposeki moi b'shar hagavoya. What does it mean, poseki b'shar hagavoya? If right now the market rate is $10, he could say we're going to do this, $10. But if it's going to go down, you'll give me like if it goes down from $10 to $8, you give me $10. If it goes to $10 to $12, you give me $12. You always give me the higher amount, right? And Rabbi Doim, even though he didn't say it, he can force it. So basically, we'll see in the Gemara exactly the machlekes, but the idea over here is that it's almost like a t'nai. If it goes up in value, so this is not mine, what's mine? I said, this is mine. It really belongs to me, to the lender. So then now it's $10, it became $12, it was mine, it became $12. If it goes down in value, so you already committed 10, you have to give me 10, this is not mine. Right? That's how it works, we'll see in the bar. You cannot go and use the shar of a market. Meaning even a market, which is like what's called durmus, which is a very big butcher. Talk about the shuk of the cities, small cities. They don't have a fixed market rate. It changes, it fluctuates. According to what we thought originally, Rabbi Yochanan spoke about even a big market. But our mission that says you're not posting until it comes out the rate. How do you explain it? We're talking about they're going to start opening the storage places. And that's a rate that stays for a long time. So you have a market, it's special, there's a special sale, everybody comes out, that's not good enough. It needs to be the thing that lasts. It's the end of the season, and that goes on for the longest time. Like we said in our Mishnah, you don't give a fixed amount of money for future payment unless you have the rate come out. That's, again, mamash we said in our Mishnah. So you have like this, you have the new grain, you buy 4 pounds for $1. The old grain, which is a little more dry and ripe, you pay 3 pounds for $1. It's more expensive. You can't do that. That's considered to be no shah. Why not? Because why is the new ones cheaper? Because the ones right yet. So that means you didn't get yet to the stage where the market has a price for the dry ones. As Rashi says, didn't dry too much. Why is he doing in the Chodosh? Because he wants to, because he's going to get it when it gets dry. So therefore, that's going to be ribbis. Because right now it's worth it's 4 for $1. But in a month it'll be 3 for $1, he's going to still get 4 for $1. So he's going to get more than his value. So you have to wait to the shar for all 12. which means everything will dry out. If the lukutos are the poor people that go to the fields and they just take out whatever is there. They take a lot, the good quality, bad quality all together. So they sell for $4. The regular person is shalosh. You need to have the same shar for both, because again, what's the reason that for the lukutos it's cheaper? Because it wasn't sifted yet, so something's going to be sifted. If you make up the price for that, until he gets it, it'll be sifted, and then it's getting ribs. No, Rav disagrees. For the lukutos themselves, that's their rate. Why are you saying the loiket could use? Rav is not arguing. Rav just says that you talked about a regular person. A regular person, when you still have fluctuation, you have different rates. You have a rate of the lukutos, of the poor people's harvest, and the rate of the regular people. So I tell you, go with, you can't do a future rate because it's still fluctuating. But if it's the poor person himself, then you have no problem, you can do it. So why the poor person himself could? Why should look at the lastly? Because it's always accessible, similar to what we said in the Mishnah. The poor man needs to go and buy tfuel, which is the low grade mixed with all the different types of grain, $4 per $1. He doesn't have it. So go to your friend and take it from your friend. Your friend has it. So the simple to do the same thing. Any person can go and take for the poor. So big Yisrael. The Balabais doesn't want to. He doesn't want to go take money. He prides himself on having high quality grain. So he's not going to take for the low quality grain. So if he tells him, listen, I'm going to give you, on the shar of the lakut, I'm going to give you, you need to give me $4 per $1. What the Balabais going to do? He's going to wait for it to be clean and then he's going to give it. So he's going to give me something which is worth $3 for $1, and give it $4 for $1, he's doing ribs. If I say another explanation, he can't just take it from a lakut. If I'm buying for a regular Balabais, a rich person, I'm expecting a high quality one. So he can't go and say I'm going to take it from the low quality one. But a poor person, he's giving me the low quality, that's where he can rely on it. You do not do halvo based on the shar in the market, as we said before. Meaning, what does it mean? So Rashi brings two explanations. Look at the Rashi inside. With a loan, I'm actually I'll pay you back. So first place of Rashi is our Mishnah is talking about a sale, not a loan. A loan, I'm lending you money for you to give me the fruits back. You can't do. I'm selling you that, meaning I'm paying you in advance that you could do. That's a Mekach Chomer could do it. That's how Rashi is. Ube'alachas g'doyes ufarish that behag ein lo yimsel b'sel smach shar shebashuk. Today moyer v'chita be'ani v'chita b'shila avle kiat shavu b'nei shavavtach. In other words, sale b'sel means I'm going to lend you a pound of wheat and you return to me a pound of wheat. That we learned before. That's a problem of the ribbis. You don't do it based on shar shebashuk because again, it's a loan. It's not a sale. Say that. The house of Uno. These people, Bnei Rav, Talmidim, that they go and they borrow and money in Tishrei, and then they pay in Tevis, but they pay like the Shire Tishrei, right? So they're borrowing and paying with fruits, according to the first part of Rashi, or they're borrowing fruits and paying back fruits, according to the second shot. Shari Osir is mutter also. Amale achiti beini v'achiti b'shili iboy zamnu parli mikor parli. Right? Says it. Why not? The wheat is always available. What does it mean? Is always available? You can always reach it. So it's not considered to be ribbis because right away in Tishrei when he got the money, he could have bought the wheat. So it's considered to be that the wheat is already in the hands of the lender. So that's why it's okay. It's okay even by a loan. So what changed? Here, you could do only, like say Rashi's shot, only do it b'derech mechira, but not b'derech of alva. Then you hold of Shmuel Bechia saying Rav Lozer loivim, amayu nami loivim. So he changed his mind. He thought that this lech alva, the rabbanim would be geyser that you can't do it, And then he heard a different mandam that says it's okay. So he's not al das, and he agreed as well. You can do alvo this way, alvo, which is we should pay back with fruits. The thing she hates Hashem. I said, Rabbi Yisrael will stop over here, and Beis Hashem continue on Shabbos.